At 82, I've seen a lot of life. Its highs, its lows, and everything in between. But there's one choice I made that still haunts me. Moving into a nursing home. Back then, it felt like the smart move. My family nudged me toward it, painting a picture of round-the-clock care, peace of mind, and a cozy life. I trusted them. I thought I was stepping into something better. But once I settled in, I saw the truth. It wasn't the dream they sold me. If you're watching this, maybe you're weighing this decision too, for yourself or someone you love. Maybe it feels like the safest path, or you've been told it'll lighten the load. But before you sign on that dotted line, I want to share 6 hard-earned lessons I wish I'd known beforehand. Life in a nursing home isn't just about convenience. It rewrites your entire story, and walking away isn't as easy as it sounds. Stick with me to the end, because some of these truths might catch you off guard. And if someone you know is on the fence about this video could be the wake-up call they need. Let's dive in. Regret 1. Surrendering my freedom. The biggest jolt didn't come from the tiny room, the rigid meal times, or the sea of unfamiliar faces. It was the moment I realized my life wasn't mine anymore. At home, I had my rhythm. I chose when to rise, what to eat, how to fill my hours. I could stroll outside on a whim, whip up a snack, or sink into my worn-out armchair with a cup of tea. But here, that all vanished. The nursing home handed me a schedule I didn't write. Breakfast at 8, whether I felt like eating or not. Lights out at 10, even if my eyes were wide open. Want to step outside for some air? You've got to ask and wait for someone to tag along. Little things like picking my shirt or skipping a meal turned into favors I had to beg for. I'll never forget my first morning, waking up in a strange bed, reaching for my coffee mug out of habit, only to find an empty nightstand staring back. My cozy clutter, my quiet corners, my life, they were gone. Replaced by blank walls and a system I had to obey. The worst part, once you let go of your freedom, clawing it back feels impossible. You bend to their rules, you stop pushing back, and slowly you forget who you used to be. If a nursing home's on your horizon, ask yourself, are you ready to trade the tiny joys that make you you? Because once they're out of reach, you'll ache for them more than you know. Regret 2, fading from their lives. Here's a tough pill to swallow. The world doesn't wait for you once you're tucked away. When I moved in, my family swore they'd be there. Frequent visits, warm hugs, the works. I clung to that promise. Early on, they delivered. My son dropped by with coffee every Sunday. My grandkids popped in, full of chatter and laughter. For a bit, I felt tethered to the life I'd left. But time has a way of shifting things. Weeks stretched into months, and the visits dwindled. Phone calls replaced faces. We're busy, they'd say. Next time, for sure. Holidays stung the most. Everyone had plans, but somehow I ended up alone, watching the clock in a room full of strangers doing the same. It's not that they stopped caring. Life just moved on. When you're not in the thick of it, it's easy for folks to think you're fine, that you're settled, but inside you're starving for connection. One night I sat there, phone in hand, itching to call my daughter. I didn't. I couldn't bear to sound needy. That's when it sank in. I'd become a footnote, waiting for someone to flip back to my page. If you're eyeing a nursing home, brace yourself. Are you ready to feel invisible? Because even with love, distance makes it too easy to slip from sight and mind. If this is hitting home, drop a number 2 in the comments to let me know you're with me. And if you haven't subscribed, hit that button and ring the bell. Don't miss what's coming next. Regret 3, losing my spark. I didn't just leave my house behind, I left my why. At home, I had purpose. Feeding the birds, tending my little garden, even scrubbing the sink gave me something to do. Those small acts kept me going, gave my days weight. But in the nursing home, that evaporated. Someone else cooked, someone else cleaned. The flowers out front? Not my job. At first I thought, great, no more work, just rest. But soon the emptiness crept in. Days dragged, bleeding into each other with nothing to mark them. I saw it in others too. Take Margaret, 79, a seamstress her whole life. She used to stitch quilts that warmed half the neighborhood. Here her hand sat still, no thread, no needle, no reason to move. "I'm just here," she'd whisper. I felt it too. When you've got nothing to nurture, nothing to build, you start to fade. The spark dims, the clock ticks louder, and suddenly you're just waiting. If a nursing home's in your future, ask, what keeps your fire burning? Because once you're there, holding on to purpose takes a fight you might not expect. Regret 4. My body gave up faster. Before I moved in, I was holding my own. No Olympian, but I could shop, stretch, shuffle around my place without a fuss. I liked my little habits, hauling groceries, pacing the yard, keeping my blood pumping. But once I settled in here, that changed fast. Meals arrived on trays, no need to cook. Help was a button away, no need to move. It felt like a break at first, but then I noticed my legs got shaky, my stamina shrank. Sitting became my default, and standing felt like climbing a hill. I saw it all around me. Folks who strode in upright, leaning on canes in weeks, then wheelchairs in months. Take Jim, 83, a gardener who swore he'd never stop digging. After a year, he couldn't lift a spade if he tried. "I aged overnight," he'd say. He wasn't wrong. When you stop moving, your body quits on you, quicker than you'd believe. I wish I'd pushed harder, stayed active, refused to let ease steal my strength. If you're thinking nursing home, ask, can you keep yourself going when everything's handed to you? Because slowing down is a slope you might not climb back up. If this resonates, toss a number 4 in the comments. I'd love to know you're here. Subscribe and tap that bell for more. Regret 5. No more private corners. I never grasped how much I'd miss my solitude until it was gone. At home, I had my space, my door to shut, my quiet to claim. In the nursing home, that's a fantasy. Staff bustle in, checks are constant, walls feel thin. Need a shower? Wait for help? Bathroom? Press the button and hope they're quick. Even dressing felt like a public event some days. I get it. They're doing their job, but it chips away at you. My roommate, bless her, snored like a freight train. Others weren't so lucky. Some shared with folks who shouted or wandered. Privacy? Dignity? They slipped through your fingers. One morning, a nurse barged in mid-sentence. No knock, no pause. I felt like a number, not a person. If you're mulling this move, ask, can you handle eyes on you 24/7? Because once that curtain drops, it's a tough act to pull back. Regret 6. The door locks behind you. I walked in thinking, if it's not for me, I'll leave. Simple, right? Wrong. Going back isn't a straight line. My house sat empty. Bills piled up. Kids started eyeing it for sale. It's safer here, they'd say when I hinted at returning. Plus, after months of sitting, I wasn't the same. I'd lost the grit to manage alone. Others felt it too. Home sold, savings drained, strength faded. Leaving became a pipe dream. I thought I'd test the waters, but the tide pulled me under. The longer you stay, the tighter the grip. Emotional, physical, financial. If a nursing home's on your radar, ask, are you sure you can walk away? Because once you're in deep, the exit's farther than it looks. Drop a number 6 in the comments if this hit you. I'm reading every one. Subscribe and ring that bell to stay in the loop. Aging? I don't regret that. But handing my life to a nursing home? That stings. I expected ease, safety, a soft landing. Instead, I lost my freedom, my place in the world, my ME. Are all nursing homes awful? No, some need them, truly. But don't rush in blind. If I could rewind, I'd have battled to stay home, hunted for help that didn't cost my soul, weighed it harder. If you're at this crossroads, pause. Is this your best path or just the quick fix? The life you've got, your quirks, your space, your fight, it's worth clinging to as long as you can. Thanks for hearing me out. Comment below, what stuck with you today? How will you use it? Your voice fuels me. Like, subscribe, share, it keeps this going. See you next time. See you.